Okay then, UK Yankee.
Hello.
And in this episode, we've got quite a special episode coming up for you today. We're going to be testing our new Buffalo mountain shirts. We're also going to be testing the Trangia triangle. We're going to be testing that with a little modification that I've made, so stay tuned for that. And it's also going to be a little recce. So where are we? We're at the base of Shire Hill in Glossop. Lovely. I mean, I'll give it a little spin round. We've only just started on the path. Alright, Shire Hill. There's actually a working quarry at the top of that. And that's the bit of a view from where we are now. We're also going to be erecting, making sure she's not giggling at rude words, the DD Superlight tarp in small version, and I'll explain why we bought that later. Right, so good stuff today. I think you'll agree.
Yeah.
Be right back.
We are at the base of the big hill, which I think on this camera doesn't look that big, but having already been up it once before, woo! So we'll spare you the you know, proverbial heavy breathing shots,
yeah.
And make sure that we're well cooled down by the time we get you back on once we get to the top.
Well, we made it. And it was a good test for us, because last time we did this it took a bit of effort getting up here with lots of steps, lots of stops, every so many feet and what have you. But I'm proud of us because we did it a bit better, let's put it that way. There was progress made, and hopefully you can see from the backdrop that we've got some really nice views from here. Right, anyway, we've already set up camp. It's only a little day camp. So this is the DD Tarp Super Light, and we brought this on our day walks because sometimes up here it can get really windy, rainy. Well, it's a Peak District and it's in the north, isn't it? So you know, so we got this to be able to do something like what we've just done here. Note to self, it only comes with 4 pegs, so we'd have to put many more pegs in there, get some lightweight pegs. But we've done our best for what we've got at the minute, and once we sit underneath there we'll be protected from the wind. But I'll be honest with you, there isn't a lot of wind tonight. This was just proof of concept. Yeah. So that's good. It packs down really small into this little bag here.
That's the peg. Isn't that the peg bag?
Oh right, where's the actual bag then?
I don't know, you took it out. Was it in my pocket?
I don't know. Yeah, we nearly had a panic there because we thought with the bag had blown away already, didn't we? Anyway, forgot it was in my pocket, so anyway, so that's that. So anyway, the next thing that we're going to talk about is these jackets here. These they're called Buffalo Systems mountain shirts. Right? They do a ladies fit and a men's. The ladies one's great because it gives them a bit of shape over the bum.
Yeah, and the hips as well.
Yeah,
nice.
We'll talk about yours in a minute. They're designed to be worn close to the skin, against the skin. So it's the first weekend in March 23. It's about, what do you reckon, 6 degrees?
Yeah.
It's about 6 degrees, I can check that.
Yeah, 6.
6 degrees. And we're up on a big hill in the Peak District. Admittedly no wind. I've got the vents open, that open. you know, yeah, just film
Yeah.
me, will you? I've got it all open, as you can see, next to the skin. When you're doing exercise like that, it's fantastically warm. It's windproof. I wouldn't say it's waterproof. It's not waterproof. It will take a bit of wet, but it's designed to dry out anyway. And the closer you are to your skin, the better. It'll dry out within 15 minutes, they say. That said, I had one of these 20 years ago, and I wore it in the Norwegian skiing on exercises, sorry, in Norway. I used it all over internationally. It was great until someone nicked it. One of the lads on the squadron, you know who you were. Gutted. Because even back then they were 100 quid 20 years ago. Anyway, I got this for £175. Brandy's was about £200 because the women's are a bit rarer to get hold of, and she wanted it in purple. Anyway, in for a penny, in for a pound. But I know they're good kit. I swore by it years ago, and when I was looking for outdoor stuff, the military one that they issue now, it's really thin and it doesn't really protect you from the wind. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't. Honestly, military kit's not always that great. It's not so bad in the more warmer weather up on the hills, but we tested it out last weekend on a bit of a walk up in the hills, and it was cold, it was windy, and it was free. We were cold, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we had things on underneath it. These are smashing, and they're really, I mean, you're not moving around, they just keep you warm, not hot, warm. I don't know how they do it. This kind of just self-regulate, they're great. But I normally would wear a base layer underneath, but just to prove the point, I've come here with nothing on underneath to prove to test that myself. Glowing remarks on this, honestly. If you're in any doubt, go for it. All I can say. British made as well, if that means anything to you. Made just over the hill actually, in Sheffield. I mean, that's how close here. Top marks, and I mean that seriously, top marks. Brandy, would you like to give it from a women's perspective?
Sure. Well, I'm somebody who naturally is cold. Like, I'm just cold all the time, and it takes me a long time to warm up. I did go for a base layer because I'm too scared to come out without, just in case I was cold. But they say that if you are going to wear something underneath, make it as light as you can. So it's just a light merino wool base layer. Very warm. This is a size 14, which suits me. But it's nice because it does go around my hips. I was wearing the men's military ones, and it doesn't really go around the hips, which meant I had to keep on doing the zips. I've got my zips open right now. I did have them open when we were coming up the hill because I was so hot. But it doesn't matter what I was wearing, I would have been hot anyhow. But it's nice, good pockets. Inside this one is lined as well, so you can warm your hands up if you were a fool and forgot your gloves. There's inside there's a waistband, so you can cinch it in to prevent any drafts from coming in. So you can cinch it around your waist, really nice. They had it in different colours. I would have had green, but we can't be going out looking like twins, can we?
Twinsies.
Twinsies. So it was, I think it was purple, red, black or green, and I don't like red.
I'm not even sure to do the red in the mountain shirt.
Yeah. So anyway, no, I wish I was wearing this last weekend when we were on that other walk because I was cold on the last one. So yeah, I mean, I think when we measured ourselves, though, just so you know, we thought we needed to go a size bigger, and this one is actually bordering on a bit
too big.
It's a bit, particularly around this area here. I traditionally wear between a size 12 and size 14. This is 14, so just for those that are interested. But yeah, I would definitely, I'll definitely be using this on the rest of my hikes. Oh,
without a doubt. It's just, you know, and this is what, you know, I'm saying, is it's just, I used to wear mine all the time, no matter where I was. And because it opens up at the bottom, I just felt, I don't ever really remember struggling in this years ago. It was a long time ago. But I did it for about 7 years, that last one. It was full of oil. I used to wear it underneath aircraft and everything. I just can't say enough good things about it. And I don't know why I've forgotten about it. I've been looking at Rab, this and God knows what that. And then I don't know what, we just went, remember, I used to have a buffalo. Anyway, I'm waffling. it was awesome. Anyway, I'm really chuffed to be back in the buffalo gang. That's all I'm saying. Well chuffed with that. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to move on to a nice brew now, and we'll check out the Trangia.
Trangia.
Oh, whatever. Bollocks to it. And the triangle. All right, let's call it that. And the mod. Can't wait to show you that. Great, do it. Are we in?
You're in.
Right, so what we're going to do today is, this is what we've decided we're going to use for our up on the hill hikes. So we're testing this. We're going to use two systems. We're going to use the MSR wind burner because we've got one and we've barely ever used it. And we thought, why not? But because I don't want to buy another one or a jet boil unless we test it and think it's really good, that system. The other person's system is going to be using the Stanley, I think it's called the Adventure Club set. It's been in lots of our videos. As you can see, we love this thing. Oh, I love it anyway. It's stainless steel, bomb proof, as they all say. It's got the little handle. And inside here, we've stuck a couple of these little fold down green cups. A little cloth as you would for cleaning it with, and inside that is the burner. So let's just put all that down there. Job done there. So we'll just put that to one side for a minute, and then we're going to use the triangle, which is really simple to use this, folks. It literally just all folds in together. I mean, look how these are. There's nothing to these. Absolutely nothing to these. And as I say, they're really easy to put together. You've got to be a bit careful with this bit though, because it is quite. I'm gonna make it this look hard. I'm trying to do it in front of the camera. Right. It's quite, it's quite sharp metal. And then you simply just whack that in now. What was that?
It was a lamb.
Was it?
A little one.
Hang on a minute, I'm making this look hard. Yeah, that's it. And then that just slides in there like that. Dead easy. And then, because this does not fit on, but of course this is a really useful lightweight backpacking stove with the alcohol burner. So it was a case of, how do we get this working now? There's various things you could use. You could use tent pegs, but I simply got a piece of metal that's actually used for it's a kebab thing, isn't it?
Kebab skewer, yeah.
It's a kebab skewer. So in the end I just shaped it so that it fits on it like thus. Right? And then that can now, let's find a nice little, we are on a bit of an hill here. So that would go like that, and then that would go like that, yeah? I'm not satisfied with this, the fact that it's on a hill, so we're gonna have to think of something here. We might have to use this. This I brought as a windshield. It's just a bit of turkey foil that I've like overlaid a few times, and you'd probably do something like that. But because we're on, it's not rained badly for a while, so it's pretty dry at the moment. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, there's a nice little spot there, is we'll just, we'll protect. I just want to make absolutely sure that we don't have a mishap here. So let's get that in there. I've not brought a lot of alcohol in this, and we'll just protect it a little bit like that. Excuse me for sniffing all over. Did we bring a lighter?
Mm-mm.
What do you mean? Mm-mm. That's not a good sign. Right guys, so I did see a top tip by, I think it was Paul Mesner, and I'm just thinking about what's his mate called now? Andy Beaver, is it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was those two gents anyway, that when they're using this kind of things on the hills, they also use like a soldering mat. It's a really good tip, and I know why, but so we'll be doing that as well. Trust me, I'm going to go to Screwfix and get us a soldering mat for this, because just a bit of extra protection for the land. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, the other thing that we bought, which, God, Bennett, these were £3 from Go Outdoors, but they fold down like that, and they weigh now £3 as well, dirt cheap. I think they were £3. But that's all you get. Imagine my disappointment. Brandy. So I think we're going to have to get some fold down cups, ones that go flat. I think Sea to Summit make them, but I'm not paying Sea to Summit prices. I think you can buy cheaper ones than that. I think they're like £6, £7 each. But we'll see what these are like first before we relegate these to a giveaway. But these are called Folder Cups, made in Sweden by Wildo. Alright, there might be enough. Alright, there might be enough, but I like them more, but I like twice as much that in a brew.
Yeah. So
there's that. So we'll see what these are like. Is there anything else to review, Brandy?
No.
So we've got that. That's looking very successful right now. If you was to ask me, steady. It's as steady as you like. Not that steady, but steady. Yeah, and I think it's all been really successful this trip so far. Oh, there was one more thing that we bought. There was one bit more kit, and it was these Nalgene bottles. Now, obviously, they're not Nalgene. These ones are made by Life Venture. They're the same as Nalgene. They have the ounces there. They're cheaper than Nalgene, and actually they weigh less than a Nalgene. Only a few grams, but still, it's all good, and no leaks at all. And I actually quite like them. So they're from Go Outdoors as well. Cheaper than Nalgene, weighs less than Nalgene, does the same job as Nalgene.
Yeah.
What's not to like about that? Go Outdoors again. Right, so right then, let's get a brew.
Yeah.
Right, so it's what we just realised is we packed our coffee grounds, and I know it's slightly a bit late, but it's what we've done is we've just dumped them in there, and it's what we're going to do. We're going to make some bushcraft coffee instead, or sometimes known as cowboy coffee. Moore's, is it Moore's Kochanski? Anyway, Moore's. Google it. He did a really good video of how to make this, and if you've never had it before, it's the best way. This makes the best coffee. Even at home, we make this on the stove, bushcraft coffee, in just a pot on the gas. And all you do is you put your coffee in. Really, you should do it when it's cold. So you put it in, and then it will come to boil. And then once it's gone to a rolling boil, that coffee churns itself in that rolling boil, and for about a minute to 90 seconds you let it do its thing, no longer. Once that minutes and 90 seconds is up around that area, you take it off. If you leave it on, the coffee grounds are going to start to release the bitterness. This makes perfect coffee every time. And then you're going to think, well, how do you filter it? You don't. You get your water and you just drop a bit of water in from the top, and it will, what's called, shock the grounds, and all the coffee grounds will naturally sink to the bottom. Perfect coffee every time. Sometimes at home, I just throw it into my French press and just squeeze it down. Right, and just pour it. Right. But you don't need to. Right, so Brandy's made the coffee, and I'm going to try it black. Whenever anyone says coffee black, scenes of Airplane, the movie, come back. But I won't say it because there might be children watching this.
Excuse me. I happened to be passing, and I thought you might like some coffee. Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Well, won't you sit down? Thank you. Cream? No, thank you. I take it black. Like my man.
But anyway, what do you think of your bushcraft coffee?
Nice.
Bit strong, isn't it?
It's a bit strong, yeah.
Yeah.
It's alright though.
We kind of guessed how many scoops to put in based on the amount of water for these little tiny little cup things. But you know what? It's not bad. I really like it.
That's me. Can you hand me the spoon?
Yeah.
Just give mine a stir.
A bit of a stirsies.
You put a fair amount of milk in there, but still it's pretty dark.
Well, put some more milk in if you want. Anyway, there's absolutely zero. Even though it boiled over a bit, you do get a bit of grounds obviously sticking to the side at the top. But so apart from a couple of grounds, and if you get if you have like something that you can squirt water, you can actually get that cleaned off. But honestly, I'm getting no grounds here.
No, might get some towards the bottom, but
You might get a bit, but you know, people bring filters and things to filter coffee and all that. I'm just trying to show the viewers that you don't need to.
No.
You know, you're good to go. I mean, you just get your pot and wash it in the stream, if there's a stream.
yeah.
You know.
Well, I think that's us signing off then.
Yeah, I think that's Friday night, eh?
Yeah, Friday night. We were hoping to catch a sunset because the clouds were meant to be not as thick, but welcome to the north.
Aye.
So we'll bid you a good evening and see you in the next one.
Bye.